So a few years ago, Segway sent me the Ninebot, which is this right here. Now there is an upgraded model, but that hasn't arrived yet. So today we're going to use the Ninebot in a different way. It's a pretty cool device. This one's pretty safe, but I did have a spill, and since then I'm a little scared to use it. So we're gonna leave this here. And I picked up something that allows more people to use this in a very safe manner. So this is the Ninebot GoKart Kit. So it takes your Ninebot and then you add this kit and you have this go-kart, which is pretty awesome. Now you do need to purchase both items, so you can't just use the kit. You do need to have the Ninebot S, the S Pro, or even the new Ninebot S that's coming out. So this does have a handbrake, 8.5-inch front tires, 15 miles per hour top speed, 9-mile range, adjustable length, 4-foot turn radius, and rider requirements, 8 years and older, 220 pounds. I may be a little bit more than that, and height is 4'3" to 6'3", barely fit in there. So I'm probably like the max size that you want to be using this thing. So let's go ahead and pull this out and get it set up. It says 2 people, but I think I got it. And it came with a thank you, warranty, and instructions, as well as some other tools that we will need. Now we're gonna go ahead, follow the assembly instructions, and get this installed into there. Here it does say the go-kart only supports the Ninebot S and the Ninebot S Pro, not the other style. So also make sure to wear a helmet while riding, and there's some rider safety.
You will need the Segway Ninebot app to get the Ninebot S set up and then turn it into go-kart mode.
And there's a video that you can scan to get this installed. So the first thing I need to do is make sure that I am paired to my Ninebot. Then I'm gonna go here into the menu and I'm going to switch driving mode, and here I have the go-kart mode. So it's going to turn off the self-balancing and click OK to connect.
Now step 2 is to remove the steering bar on the Ninebot. Now there are actually 5 steps to this one step, but I only read the first 4. Let's give it a go.
You broke my jump rope! Well, it looks like I can't get the steering bar off, so I don't know if we'll be able to do this review. Welcome to day 2 of Ninebot GoKart, and I have some really good news. I am now holding the steering bar. So I actually went over to my neighbor's house, and he's got a lot of tools. He's pretty smart, and he used a little bump tool like this at the bottom and was able to use a hammer and popped it right off. Now shout out to Eric here. He actually made these really cool tops. My kids love playing with these. So why don't you go and give him a thank you by checking out his tops on Amazon. I'll leave it linked below.
And if I would have read step 5, this is what I would have found.
You can put in this little pin and then attach some brackets and then tighten the screw, and it should pop off the bar. I probably should have tried that. That's what all these tools are actually for, to remove the steering bar. All right, so the next step is we're going to turn it around. We're going to plug in the adapter cable into the charging port and screw it on. Next, we're going to unstrap the Velcro and take this pad and place it on top. Slide it in and Velcro it up.
Now I'm just going to take the adapter from the Ninebot S and the plug from the go-kart and plug them together. This is going to give the go-kart controls over the Ninebot S.
And it is connected. Next thing we're going to do is expand it. So that's as big as it goes. And next we're going to use our Allen wrench to tighten this. Now you do need to push down before you tighten. There we go. And then there are 4 different screws you need to tighten. And lastly, we're going to set our steering wheel height. So we just pull this up to our height, and then we'll add this little lock grip.
Once that is screwed on, the last step is to add the 6 AA batteries here to the front of the go-kart. Now, I'm not exactly sure what these go to, but I'm pretty sure it helps power the headlight on the go-kart.
All right, it is now 100% complete. Now, I did make that 100% harder than it should have been, so learn from my lesson, read the instructions. So let's go over what the go-kart can do. All right, okay, first off, you have your 2 pedals here, got your tires here. Over here, you do have a handbrake, so you can pull that and you see it pushes right there on the tire, so it's going to stop the tire. You do have a seat belt. Here is your steering wheel. And then there you do have an Allen wrench in case you do need to adjust the size. So right here, it's on max. Couldn't go all the way down to minimum. And then on the back here, if you do need to charge it at any time, you can just pop that off and then plug it into the Ninebot charger. Now, when we want to start it up, all we need to do is turn it on just like that, and we are good to go. Oh, and I finished just before the kids arrived. They're now here, so they'll be very excited to try it out. Let's see their reaction. What do you think it is?
A go-kart.
That's right.
Daddy, what the heck is this?
Well, you already know what it is.
Wait, did you make it with your thing?
Yeah. Claire, you don't have a helmet on. You can't ride.
What, you have to have a helmet?
Yeah, only push the one. Okay. Push the other one. Push the other one. There you go. Okay, you only push one at a time. You got it? All right, now you can go fast. All right, what'd you think of your first ride?
Good.
Would you ride again? Was it fast enough for you?
Kind of, yeah.
All right, here we go. See if I fit.
You gotta get on your helmet, dude.
Oh, I gotta get my helmet on. Okay. Safety first.
I have safety.
Okay, now let's try the seat belt. Am I too big? Look, I'm buckled up. Now we gotta turn it on. Here we go. All right, it works. Let's see if I can make it onto the road. I need it to go faster. All right, so we found it was stuck on slow mode, safe mode, and to unlock it, you need to go through the repairing process and go through the safety videos to then unlock the full speed. So that's what we're doing now. Step on the throttle gently. Slightly press to go forward. Okay, step on the brake gently. Good. You switch to reverse, double press the brake switch. So press this 2 times. All right, now it's in reverse. Okay, now push the gas. Oh, and it's beeping up like you're a big car going backwards. Okay, keep going in reverse. Okay, now brake. Okay, now double press. Now you're going forward, sweet. Hang on, hang on, hang on. Brake.
It's fast now.
Okay, congratulations. Are you ready to go fast?
Mm-hmm.
All right, now we are ready to go. So let's make sure sports mode is on. All right, 24 kilometers per hour. You think that's fast enough?
Uh-oh.
Is it fast enough for you? Hey, 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 my GoPro. All right, here we go, testing out the GoPro again. And let's take this thing for a spin. All right, so here I am at 4% battery. It kind of goes, but it definitely started to slow down, letting me know it's about time to charge. And once I'm done, I'm actually going to lock it. And I've made it so when I turn it off, it stays locked. And if somebody now comes to try and turn it on, it does not go anywhere. So highly recommend turning that on so nobody can just walk away with it.
So we've been using the go-kart for a few weeks now and we absolutely love it. But there is one big concern that we've heard from the neighbors as well as ourselves is keeping it safe. And so one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to add a flag so that anyone is able to see it. Because it's so low, if you were to back out with your car, you may not see the go-kart. So I think this is something that's going to really help out. Now this is actually a flag that came with a running stroller that we have, or bike stroller, but actually right here on the right side of the brake, there's this little piece that we can just pop off and we can slide this right into there. So to get this to stay in, I'm going to use some electrical tape and just wrap around till it is able to have a tight grip in there. That works pretty good. Now this does add it to the handbrake here, so if I pull back and forth, you can see that it moves the flag. So I'd say adding that flag definitely helps with the concerns about the safety of the device. It's now able to be seen by cars that are backing up. One big thing is just to teach your kids not to stay behind cars and make sure you're not in driveways. So it's a really good early driving lesson. Now, this kit did not come with the flag. I think the Pro Kit does. So I'll try and find a compatible one in the description below as well. But the other thing about this device and safety is just making sure you're using it in a location that you're very visible. So here on the road that we use, there's not too many cars going up and down that we don't know. And so we're pretty safe here, but even I was driving out to a road that had a little higher speed limit, and I got there and I was like, okay, this is probably a road I shouldn't be going on. Turned around, came back home, just because the cars are going a little faster, they may not be able to see or maneuver properly around the go-kart. So make sure that you're riding in a safe location. I don't know why it's beeping at me. In the app, you have another safety feature called driving alarm. When this is on, the go-kart will beep as you are driving around so that others can hear you. So then here on the back, you can see that we have our battery life, and you can see it is currently locked and connected over Bluetooth. So to charge this, I'm just going to power it off just like that. Easy to pull out like that. We need to undo the straps and then pick it up. And so now if somebody tries to turn this on while it's locked, it does not move if you tilt it forward or back. But let's go ahead and turn it off, and now we just need to plug it into the charger. So now all we need to do is plug it in, and now it is charging up. Now I think this actually charges pretty quick for how much time you get, and it can go for a pretty good amount of time. Now one thing I've had to figure out is how to store and transport the go-kart. Now the good thing is the Ninebot comes off, but then we're left with this go-kart. So it's pretty big, but you do have the option to shrink it here and to shrink it here so that you can easily move it around. Now I might end up mounting it somehow in my garage so I can easily hang it and pull it out. There's just not too much room in there. So that's one thing you have to figure out. But the good news is this does fit in the back of the van to be able to take it somewhere else. Now, the one of two complaints I have about this thing is how you have to adjust the size, which takes a little bit of work, not too much. Of course, this is gonna save on cost, but it would be nice if there was some quick release. So let's pull out the Allen key. And then we need to release all of these so that we can shrink it down a bit. And they do pop up when they are all the way up. So here's the full maximum distance. We can shrink it down here to the minimum distance. Now when you're transporting it, you can go even smaller. So we can shrink it down to here, but there is no way to lock it into this position. So be careful when moving it this way. Once it's charged, the lights will turn off and we're ready to go. Now my second major complaint is how big I am. I do wish it was a little bit bigger to fit my size, but it definitely is able to fit. So getting in is pretty easy. Just gotta straddle it. Okay. Now we're in,
but getting out's a little more difficult. Then I can just reach back, turn it on, buckle up, and I'm ready to go. Looks like I forgot my helmet. I'll drive safe this time. Oh, I forgot to plug it in. And so getting out's a little harder. Now I did look up the GoKart Pro model. Now I wish it was a little bigger, but it looks like it's the same size. The benefit you get with that is it's much higher powered. You can go 23 miles per hour, where this is only 15 miles per hour. And then it also has a Bluetooth speaker that attaches to it so that it gives you engine sounds. This is actually pretty quiet. That was another concern of some of the neighbors, but the Pro model has that speaker so that you can hear this coming around the corner. So let me show you how you can use the features in the Ninebot app. So now we're gonna head into the Segway Ninebot app. And in here, once you have it paired to the go-kart, you see a few different options. So first off, once we open the app, it then connects over Bluetooth and we can control everything. Sometimes you just have to wait a second for it to connect. And then here at the top, it's actually showing where we are currently at. And you can start recording and follow that path. We'll do that in a minute. Tap on the Bluetooth to connect. You'll hear a beep and then it should connect. Okay, now we're connected. So if we tap on our vehicle, the first thing we're going to see is a speed and a pedometer here, as well as the temperature of your vehicle. So here we can follow along and see how our speed is, but we can also tap the screen and there you can see I have a live view of where I'm going. So if I wanted to have my screen on while I was driving, you would be able to do that. So if you tap up here at the top, you have daylight mode, and then you do have a nighttime mode. Okay, so now let me show you what it looks like while I am driving with this on, so I can drive. And as I drive forward, here you can see my speed. Let's see what this got. So there you go, pretty consistent 23 miles per hour. Now I've noticed if you go up a hill, it only has so much power and then it's kind of got to slow down a little bit until you get going a little faster. And so you can see if it's maybe warm, you can see if you're overheating or whatnot, all right there on the app, which is pretty sweet. If you tap in the circle, then it changes from the camera view to the normal view. Let's try some off-roading here. No problem at all.
Now I think I'm supposed to be able to drift, but I'm a little too heavy.
But then going back to the home screen here on the right side, you have the lock. So if I'm done using this for the day, I could lock it up and that would make it so that nobody can use this. Right now, if I try and go, it just sits there and rumbles at me and the app says that the go-kart is locked, so nobody can use that. So I really like that it does have that safety feature. Then you connect back to Bluetooth and you can unlock it. Now, if you aren't connected over Bluetooth, it still stays locked until you connect it and do that. Now down here, it shows my current battery health. So I have 18 kilometer range, I'm at 82% battery, and I have a total of 22 kilometers that I could go. So I've already gone about 4 kilometers with this thing. And then down here, you can see recent recordings that you've done. I'll show you that in a minute once we do a recording. And then at the bottom, you have different modes. So you have the sports mode, the safe mode, and that's what I started out in, safe mode. You have new rider mode, so that's great for kids. And then the sports mode lets you go the full speed that's available. Then you have the headlight, so you can turn on the light on the front just by doing that. And then you have the option to check the firmware upgrade. I'm going to turn off the headlight because we don't need it during the day. So those are pretty much all the options here on the main page. If you do want to change your lighting effects, you can go into the settings and select lighting effects. And here you have the option to turn on and off the rear light. And then here we can change the glow light on the bottom. So that stays on. And it only changes when you push the gas, it changes to red, but while you're just sitting, it does show these different glow patterns. Again, during the day, I don't need to have those on. It might save a little bit of battery And then you also have the option for precision steering. I'll try that out, let you know how that goes. And I'm going to turn on precise steering. Now here it talks about how when precise steering is on, it's going to use the intelligent computer to distribute the power output on both sides of the rear wheels so that you assist in the rear front tires so it's able to work more efficiently or more accurately. So let's give it a try. When using the precise steering, you can definitely tell there's more power when you turn. That kind of helps you so you're not wobbling back and forth as much and pushes you into the turns. All right, so after riding the precise steering for a little bit, sometimes it's a little too sensitive and you can feel it pushing when you barely touch the steering wheel. So I am going to keep that off. So then in the settings, you have the option for anti-theft alarm, power off allowed when locked, driving alarm.
This makes it beep while you're driving.
And then jitter while idling. So right now, while I'm just sitting here, it kind of jitters, letting you think it's kind of like a motor. That's actually pretty funny. Okay, so I'm gonna have that off. I don't need to have that on. But then the anti-theft alarm. So that's if somebody tries to use it when it is locked, it would send that alarm. And then last here, we do have an option to read black box data. So this is if you're having an issue, you can download that and then you can send it to Segway so that they can diagnose the issue. So nothing that I really need. So let's go ahead and drive around and I'll show you how to use the map. So up here on the map, we have the option to just start recording. So if I tap on there, now you can see it's recording. It's showing me my mileage that I've done, the riding time, and the maximum speed. At the bottom, I can minimize that. I just tap the timer up here at the top. I can stop it. And then I can also see the map view of where I've gone. So let's go ahead and give this a try. And we are back. So there we went 0.6 kilometers, took us 2 minutes and 28 seconds. And so here on the map, we have the option to shrink the map down. We can then navigate to where we are at and we can zoom in and look around where we were. And there you can see your GPS signal when we're done. Just select stop. We're gonna end this route. And there you can see it kind of tags me and my profile and shows how far I've gone. My max speed there, it says with 23 kilometers an hour. 2 minutes 43 seconds, and I went 0.6 miles. So that's pretty cool. You also have the option up here to share it if you wanted to share that to Facebook or whatever you want. So then you can watch the route. You can see my speed as I'm going along. You can see when I increase and decrease, and over here where it's a little more rocky, I was going a little bit slower, and then I sped back up once it was the concrete there. So that's kind of cool that you can follow where you were. And then you can come in here and select riding record, so you can go through and see the different rides that you have done and that you have tracked. And now that we've done that, let's go ahead, drive this around, and let you know my final thoughts. Just in case you're wondering, you cannot use the go-kart to drive over a GoPro. It will hit it and scrape it across the ground. Still works though. So last thing to talk about is battery life. So really, it all depends on your usage. So first, charging it up, it's actually pretty quick. I don't know the exact time, but every time I plug it in, go back, it's charged up a few hours later. Now, how long does it actually last? That kind of depends on usage. Are you doing full throttle the whole time? Here, playing at the park, we've been going for quite a while. I think this is how long we've been here, and I'm now dead. So it's really slow because the battery life has been depleted. There's probably like 10% left, and so it's letting me go a little bit, but it really slows down, letting me know, hey, your battery is pretty much toast. So we're gonna get back here and see how much battery life is actually left, and by the time I get back to my car, it might be dead. So I do wish the battery life was slightly improved. So the Pro model has a 15-mile range, and the Ninebot S has a 9-mile range. So you're gonna get quite more range going with the Pro model, and I just checked and I do have 5% left. So I think it's around 10 or 15% when it slows down, so that you know you're just about out, and so you better get going back. So let's see if we can make it all the way back to the car. Woohoo! We made it back to the car with 3% battery to spare. So last night we were also playing around. We were doing the go-kart scene, and we were playing about an hour, and it depleted the full battery then of intense use. So that's about how long you can expect an hour of intense use, but sometimes when I'm just showing people and the kids are riding this around, we can probably go for 2 hours with them just slowly moving around. Now, one thing I really like about the Ninebot GoKart system is it's so easy to use and simple to set up. There's no motor or anything. The maintenance is pretty low, just keeping it clean, don't get it wet, and so on. It's so easy, even my dad could operate this.
How is it?
It's great. I love it. It's going so fast. Go, Dad.
Oh, yeah, no.
You can't tell me the deck is stacked. You can't whisper behind my back.
You feel young or what?
You can't show me how the odds are up against me all day long. But I've been through the fire and come out alive, and there's no more fear in my eyes. Well, now I'm rising, and you can't bring me down.
He still hasn't given it gas.
You can't stop me now. Can't stop me now. And my feet have come too far for you to tie 'em to the ground.
Now, it was a bit hard for him to get out of the go-kart, but with a little assistance, he was able to do it. Ah, my knee! And there, the battery is depleted. Looks like I have some cleaning up to do, and it's pretty easy to roll if you do run out of battery. Now, after using this for a month, we absolutely love it. It's so fun to have around. It's nice that the kids are able to use it and drive up and down. Again, the safety features are huge, so I'm glad that we were able to figure out the flag and then the safety features inside the app, because that's probably going to be the biggest concern with this device. So if you already have the Ninebot, you can then just go ahead and pick up the GoKart Kit, follow the instructions so you can get the handlebar off a little bit easier, or the steer bar, and I'll leave the links to that in the description below. If you do not have any of this yet, I would highly recommend going with the Pro model. That's gonna add a lot of features. It's gonna add that extra range, the extra speed and power, and some cool spoilers on the back and other things like that, as well as that Bluetooth speaker. So definitely check that out. I'll leave that link down below as well. So if you have any further questions about the Ninebot GoKart Kit, please let me know in the comments below. And if you want to check out my Ninebot review, I'll leave that over here. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one. That's way fun.